So today I know we want to talk specifically about promoting positive behaviors in the home. So how can making sleep a priority help with the behaviors within the home?
Sleep is a huge piece of the puzzle. I like to think about it as a puzzle because there's multiple pieces that go into us reaching our goals and our family culture that we want, right, in our homes. And a huge piece, I would venture to say the biggest piece right there in the middle of the puzzle is sleep. Because when we are well rested, our bodies are able to function at the level that we want it to physically and emotionally as well. And think about us as adults. If we are well rested, we're probably able to deal with things a little bit better and have a little bit more patience. And this is definitely the case for our little ones as well. We want them to be able to be well rested so that they can be learning new things and they can be sorting through these new emotions, know that emotions are normal and it's okay to feel that way. But what do we do when these emotions happen to calm our bodies and to be able to work through it? But being well rested also helps with things like your immune system. So hopefully that we won't be sick as much as you would be if you're not getting as much sleep. And when we're feeling well physically, we're usually going to have better behavior as well. So it's just kind of the foundation. If we're sleeping and getting the rest that we need for our bodies, we're functioning at a different level physically and emotionally.
That makes so much sense because I know, like, even as adults, like when we get more sleep, we're able to function better the next day. So it should be the same, for kids and all around. So that's awesome. So another thing you talk about is creating one-on-one time with Lils, especially if you have multiple. So what does this in particular help with?
So, again, we talked about behavior always serves a purpose, and a big part of that is attention. So, as humans, after our needs of, food and shelter are met, we need attention and some power opportunities as well, which I talk to families about, but we need appropriate attention. And as kids, if we're not getting that, if we don't feel fulfilled in getting that attention that typically we're looking for our parents to get, we will see attention seeking behavior from our little ones trying to get that attention. Even if it's negative attention that they're getting, it's a way of fulfilling some type of attention. So if we can proactively find time to fill that attention need for our little ones, we typically start to see less attention seeking behavior and less power struggles, which leads to better behavior. So I usually say with families, if you have one kiddo, it's obviously a little bit easier than if you have multiple, but it's still just as important to fill up that need for every single one of your kids. And this doesn't have to be, an hour alone with each kid. That's not feasible and that's not something we can really juggle in most families. But we could say, okay, 10 minutes a day with each kid, maybe even 5 if you can make it work. A little bit more would be even better, but find a realistic amount of time that you feel like you can feed your little ones individually and then have that time with them. And we're talking eye contact, no technology, really nobody else in the room if we can make that happen, and just kind of set up a way where we can really be looking in their eyes and doing an activity that you enjoy and that they enjoy. Okay, because we want to do something that's feeding them, but also we don't want to have to, let's say that my least favorite thing to do is play trains. I know that's horrible, but my son loves trains and I'll sit there and play with him sometimes. But to be honest, I'd rather find a different one-on-one that we can really both connect with because it serves me behaviorally and it serves him as well. So we will find an activity that we both want to do that's not necessarily trains, and we will sit and we'll do that even just for a few minutes. And that fills up their need for attention. And typically we will see that their ability to be creative on their own, their ability to have more one-on-one time after that attention is amazing. So if we can have that happen earlier in the morning, sometimes we start out on a better foot. It doesn't always work that way for our family. Sometimes it has to be later in the day. But if we can make that one-on-one happen first thing in the morning, sometimes we can kind of push that button and start on the right foot through the rest of our day.